Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Rhonda and I'm also known as the Sparkly One. Today I'm going to show you how to cover up a mistake on a crocheted or knitted blanket. And all you're going to do is make this adorable heart which goes on both sides. Here's a baby blanket that I made, and it was my very first baby blanket that I made knitted. And what happened was I didn't know at the time, because I was a beginner, where to change my yarn at. So I changed it right in the, maybe close to the edge of the blanket. What I didn't know was how to weave in the ends. And of course, it's been 2 years now, and I have learned so much more. If you were like me and you changed your yarn in the wrong spot and it left a hole in your blanket, or if you have another blanket like I did and you bought it secondhand and it has a hole in it, or if somehow it got torn or ripped, then this is the perfect project for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover this with a little heart. So I'm going to show you how to make the heart. So you're going to have to make 2 of these, okay? But they're super easy. And I do have a video on this heart right here, and this is a puffy heart that I made, and it's the same exact pattern. I'm going to put a link in the description box and also right here where you can see my video of how I made this puffy heart. But we're not going to make the puffy heart today, but we are going to make the same heart pattern, okay? So all you're going to do is you're going to start with a magic circle, and that means you're going to leave the tail in your hand and you're going to pull over the yarn and crisscross it. Then you're going to go underneath and grab the top one, and then you're just going to make a little circle, and then you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And just so you know, I'm using a size C crochet hook, and this yarn is from Hobby Lobby, and it's in Zest Wishes, but I tore it apart and picked out the colors separate for what this project needs. Then I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to yarn over twice, and I'm going to do a treble crochet inside of this magic circle. So there you go, that's just 1, and then I'm going to make another one. So I'm going to do 3 total treble crochets in here. So this is 2, and you want to keep your yarn kind of tight because you don't want a bunch of big holes in it. And then 3. So I have 3 trebles. Then I'm going to make 3 doubles, all in this magic circle. 1, oops, 2, 3. Okay, then you can see the heart starting to take shape. You're going to chain 1, then you're going to treble again inside of this magic circle and keep it kind of tight. There's 1, and this is the first half of your heart, as you can see right here. So it's upside down, like that. And then you're going to chain 1 again. So on either side of this treble, you're chaining 1, yarn over, you're going to make 3 double crochets. My stomach is growling, I apologize, I'm hungry. You're going to make 3 double crochets right here, and you can tighten this up a little bit if you want. It does get a little hard to hold. And that's number 2, number 3, and then you're going to do what you did on this other side. So I'm going to do 3 total treble crochets in here. So 2, and this is a cotton yarn, but if you use a smaller yarn, you will have a tighter heart, so it won't be as spacious inside. Okay, we have 3 trebles. So as you can see, that is the heart that is taking shape. Then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you go inside of the magic circle with a slip stitch. And that makes your heart. Isn't that cute? Okay, so when you're finished with this, you're just gonna pull up this strand right there. And as you can see, this is your heart. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these ends, you're gonna weave them in, and you're gonna pull everything tight and weave in this to the back. And then you're gonna have this heart, which is gonna go right over this hole. And then we're gonna sew it on over the hole. And so you need to make 2 of these because you have to have one on the other side because there's still the hole on the other side. So this should be a pretty easy one to make. And if you need a bigger heart, then use bigger yarn, okay? Because this is a size 3, you might want a size 4. But I'm gonna leave it just like this size. I think it's just gonna be perfect. And then I'm gonna make 2 to match. I'm gonna sew them on, and I'll show you how to sew them on when I'm done. Okay, so now I have my 2 matching hearts. I want to make sure that I weave in all of my ends. So when you're weaving in your end, you're going to have like this open space right here. And so you're just going to want to go right here, just right here at the base. You're going to just go back in that center hole. You're going to pull the center one tight like that. And then you're just going to weave in both of those ends. If you want to applicate this to something that is already knitted, then don't cut the ends because you'll use those to sew it on. And for this one, of course, all I'm going to do is sew this by hand with needle and thread. And then I'm just going to lay it here, and I'm just going to go into the back, or from the back, should I say, right here. And then I tied a knot on the other side. I'll just sew it from around the edge. So when you see the hole here, like, you know that this is going to unravel. So you want to make sure that you come up here to some stitches that you can catch, and also catch on to the little heart right there, and just pull it tight. And when you're coming around, don't forget to go into these stitches that are already intact, but the ones that have unraveled, you have to make sure that you go in there somewhere to keep them from unraveling. You can also glue this if you'd like. And I'm just going to go all the way around, make sure I catch all those stitches. And if you're going to give this to a person who had a baby, you just want to make sure that it's done properly. So every time they wash it, it doesn't come out and unravel itself. So you have to make sure you get those stitches nice and secure. And see all of those stitches right here? I think that looks great. Then you can look at the other side and see how that's coming. That's where I started. So it goes around here. As long as you get around the hole and you make sure you catch all of these stitches. So I think it's a really good idea to come to the back side and do this and put in stitches that are going to secure the frayed edges. And then when you put your second heart on, it will actually cover it all up, and it'll be nice and secure, so that if you give it as a gift or you give it to one of your little grandbabies. Okay, so I secured it really well, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my other heart over it. Okay, so there's the one side, and then you're just going to take this one and match it as best you can, like that. You could even take some extra pins and stuff like that. Here's the center. You want to make sure that the center, whoops, this one goes on the center of this one. And then you can kind of like rotate it to where you think that it's going to line up. And then you can put another pin here. Say you go right here to the edge of this one, and you're going to poke it and see where it kind of lands on the back of this one. And I think that's a good spot for it. So I'm just going to hold that down. I'm going to pin it a little bit if I need to, and then I'm just going to sew around this one as well. Here it is. It's all finished. It's so adorable. Oh my goodness. I'm so in love with this little blanket. And like I said, I found this at a thrift store, and look how beautifully made it is. It is on a machine, but I still love it. And it had that hole, so it wasn't really usable. And I just think it's absolutely adorable. Let me turn it over. And there's the other heart on the other side. So please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I know it's kind of like an odd video, but you know what? We all have these things that we can't wear or we can't use because they have holes. But now there's a solution. Of course, you don't have to use a crocheted heart. You can use a patch or any sort of an applique, and you can even embroider stuff. So I think it is so cute. And if you have any suggestions of videos you'd like to see from me, just go ahead and leave me a comment, okay? I try to get back to each and every one of you, and I just hope you have a great day, and thanks again for watching. Take care. God bless.